Good evening and welcome to Damaged Us D&D. Tonight we're back in Helloran Rising, where, well, let me get Trelador to explain what's going on.
So we arrive on a peaceful island, and I must say I'm glad of the break. It is hard work carrying this group sometimes, but someone has to take on that mantle. And for my sins, it happens to be me. This island is beautiful. We learn that it is Friends' home. Although we're not sure exactly when we are, we seem to have developed a remarkable ability to travel through time. They still haven't worked out how to use the well yet. Maybe that is something they should have done when we're not being hunted by Devil or rescuing all of Florian's family, but I can only steer them all so much. To his credit, Florian does attempt to discover the inner workings of the well, and it goes as expected. No elaboration needed, bless him. He does try. Friends gives us a brief overview of the island, describing how Shine's influence should be seen everywhere. But it's not, which is worrying. Yorick refuses to ask Reorcs just where in time we are, saying that we shouldn't bother the gods with trivial things. I mean, what is the point of having an all-powerful god if you're not going to use them? But it's his call. And he has been doing this longer than I. But I am sure I'm owed a few favours from the big man for all the things I've done in his name so far. Celeste and Ferenz go to scout the island, making use of Celeste's ability to turn into a bird. It was suggested that Gus rides Bridris to help, but he refuses. He obviously cannot control his pet teenager at the moment. Melissa sunbathes, Gus acts like a child and plays in the water. Florian goes fishing. Ferenz secures us a place to set up camp by talking to the plants. Yeah, I don't understand it either, but he's a bit of an odd duck. Miette secures the camp by doing her scribbles. Florian is still trying to work everything out. I tell him to take this opportunity to rest and not overthink this. He says he can't sense his sister anymore, which may confirm my suspicions that we have time travelled. The group go on to try and work things out and ignore my advice to rest. Many theories are suggested on how to get off this island. But I've been with this group long enough to know that you just need to wait until they settle on a final answer. And then do something completely different anyway. I zone out. This island is peaceful, something I haven't had for a while. Apart from the incessant wittering, I can see why Ferenz speaks so highly of it. We finally get some rest. Celeste disturbs my meditative state to tell me that Florian has recklessly gone through the well on his own and taken it with him. Although this complicates things rather, I'm actually secretly, deep down, kind of proud of him.
Excellent recap. So, as Trelador has mentioned, Florian has disappeared through the well on his own, leaving the rest of you puzzled, confused, annoyed, whatever. What are you guys doing?
I think I'm still sleeping.
Okay.
So, what do we do then, guys?
Well, how long should we wait to see if he returns? I mean, it's possible. He might lose some limbs.
But it could take him like 8 hours to be able to use the portal again. And then it could take him to somewhere else. So we could be waiting days before he actually happens to get back here.
There are worse places to wait.
Yeah, it's out of our hands, really, isn't it? So
Yeah, it's okay for us, but he might be in some danger and he might not make it back.
I mean, is this one of those situations where you would consider, bothering the big man?
Yeah, I think it might be time.
You've reached the threshold, have you?
Yeah, us being stranded in the distant past kind of constitutes an emergency.
I agree. I'll let you do the honours. I talk to him all the time.
Let's just hope that he recognises you.
Yeah.
Of course he will.
That's true. Has anyone else got any thoughts? Any ideas?
Not
One, but not guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Melissa's too busy trying not to hyperventilate.
Yes, but your friend is more reliable.
Ah, right. I see. Okay, I'll go try that. Just gonna wander away a little bit, sit down in the sand.
Okay.
It's still nighttime at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's you started resting sort of about 3ish in the afternoon because you've been on the go and you arrived here very early morning. So I would say it's probably about 11 o'clock in the evening.
I will go to a different part of the beach and have a sand bath.
Okay. So you're
Not because I want privacy, but to, not disturb the prey.
okay. So Yorick, you're trying to contact Reorx. Is that the plan?
That's the plan.
Okay. Make me a religion check, please.
Just wait for D&D Beyond. Bear with.
Okay.
Religion. There we go. Hey, 20.
Okay. So you relax, try reaching out to Reorx, and you're. What do you say to him exactly?
My usual sort of, hi, Reorx, are you there? Could kind of use your help right about now.
Okay. There's a disturbing pause. Normally, Reorx comes back to you within seconds. As you reach out, you find nothing. Strange. Still nothing. And then there's a whisper. Who are you to invoke my name from the surface?
I should have planned this a little bit better. My name's Yorick Scalebane. I'm a dwarf.
Right.
And we are, well, I am a big fan of yours. I'm a cleric of yours, but maybe not from this time. So maybe you don't know me yet.
Right. So, what is it you want?
Well, the kind of time problem is the issue. My friends and I, on this beach, are sort of trapped here. We're trying to fix a big problem going on between gods and devils and dragons and stuff. And during one of our escapes, we kind of ended up traveling to what I presume is the past. Our past.
Right.
And
So-
we're trying to get home.
You're saying that there's a war between gods and devils and dragons. And yet, There are no dragons. How is it there is a war with things that do not exist?
Do you know what a dragon is? You say there are no dragons rather than what's a dragon.
Dragons are from the far future yet. They have not been brought here. Dwarves are just beginning. So I am a little surprised to find a fully formed Compus Mentis dwarf cleric of all things.
That's what I'm saying. I'm from that future.
Right.
The dwarves have lived and thrived in Daghold in the Circle Mountains for thousands of years. From my time.
Right. I see. Well, then that sounds like quite the pickle you've got yourself into. I would advise drinking heavily.
Yep.
Are you in personal danger right now?
No. But we've lost another one of our friends who might be.
Right. Well, drink heavily. Search for your friend. And good luck.
Well,
the voice stops.
I'll just finish off anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a pleasure to speak to you, Riox. Thank you so much. I'm going to go have a drink then. If people are watching, I will sort of stand up somewhat dejectedly and slowly meander back.
Danger echoing everybody.
James.
Maybe it's me. I've got to turn my speaker up so loud because I've got fans. Oh, because it's hot.
Who is it? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is you, Mom.
Try and turn down.
I don't know, Natalie, blaming me every time. And I've got earphones on today.
Oh, sorry. My apologies, James.
Have you got it tuned into your hearing aid?
Yeah.
Riox just basically went, cool story, bro.
Yeah. Good luck. Have a beer.
Did I hear that? Because he probably doesn't know who I am.
Interesting. No, you didn't.
I'll just go to York. Oh, you've worked out how to do like a private chat now. I couldn't hear that.
Oh, you couldn't? Well, it's not
No.
me that. It's not me that wires you into our chats. It's
No, he's
the man
one.
himself,
Yeah.
and the Riox I just spoke to is a little different.
Little different how? What did he advise?
He advised drinking heavily and looking for our friend and staying safe. And good
That
luck.
sounds like the Riox we know.
Well, the drinking part, yeah. But from the Riox I just spoke to, from his perspective, dragons don't exist yet, and dwarves are like proto-dwarves living deep.
So we're far in the past.
So we're quite far back here.
Best not tell Ferenz that dragons don't exist yet. He might have a bit of a breakdown.
There's no chance we can live our way to the future unless someone can invent the potion of immortality.
Well, Celeste might be able to. She's quite old.
That's
Although,
true.
in
You
the grand
could-
scheme of things, is she old now? I'm so confused.
Physically, I'm not as old. Just I come from a different time. But not
Don't-
this far back, I don't think.
We're all from a different time now, Celeste.
But I'm somewhere between your time and this time. I would assume.
Always have to be different.
Okay, so while that is happening, we will flip over to Florian. Florian, this huge bestial snout has turned in your direction, started to walk towards you. Its strides seem to be 20, 30 feet long. It closes the distance in no time.
Yeah, you said it was about 300 feet away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming. It's located you. It's staring at you.
Yeah. So I believe that at the end of the last session, I picked up the well after finding out it didn't work. I'll just take a quick scan around, especially in the direction that this big beast isn't, to see if there is anything else, or to see if there seems to be a clearer route away from this.
Make a perception check.
Ooh, good start. Good start, guys. Natural 17 or non-natural 20.
Nice. Okay. Looking around behind you, you can see in the far, far distance what looks like a city wall, perhaps. But between you and it, there's a broken, jagged landscape. Fairly flat, no hills or anything to speak of. You can see a very long way.
What's the said very flat landscape, but what's the just so I can just get a mental picture of this and get it, like the trees or
no, there are no
vegetation or rocks or
there are rocks. There are no trees or vegetation of any kind. There are jagged rocks that sort of rise out of the earth about 4 or 5 feet, some of them about the biggest. But then there are weird sort of step-like edifices across the plains that you can see. Imagine like a desert.
Yeah.
But just rock everywhere. So if you were to sort of view it like looking out across the plain, you could see it undulates slightly, but the undulations are not smooth and curvy. They're jagged and sharp.
Okay, so seeing this city wall, this wall in the distance, if it's the opposite way to where this beast is,
seems to be.
I'll certainly start running for one in that direction.
What's your movement speed?
So my movement speed is 60 feet.
Okay. Right. So you turn around, you start running.
Yeah.
You can hear behind you the snort and a giggle, laugh. Oh, good, we hunt.
Do I understand that?
You do, weirdly.
It didn't come out as if it was in another language. I know it came out in common.
Sounds like common.
Okay.
And the ground starts to just shake just a little bit with each of these heavy footfalls that are coming quicker and quicker as it starts to run after you.
Yep. So as I'm doing that as well, and I completely accept that DCs may be higher because obviously high impact, a lot of stuff going on at the same time.
Sure.
But I would also like to think back or forward, depending on the time stream, of either overheard conversations when me or Melissa and I were at the Temple of the Broken Heart, and also on anything I may have read about one, where I am, or two, what is in it. So about the demons, the abyss, or anything like that.
Okay.
So I can get any information or if any names pop out, if there is any.
Make a history check.
Again, not bad. Non-natural 20 again.
Non-natural 20. Okay. Okay, so recalling to your mind the Abyss, what you've heard about it, what you've read about it, you've read that the Abyss is not really just one world, it's sort of many worlds crashed into each other. So there are different regions of the Abyss that are ruled over by different demon lords. You've... Let's see. You made quite a good high perception as well, didn't you? Got that non-natural 20 there as well.
Non-natural, yeah.
Cool. So looking around, you can see that this landscape is not usual for the Abyss. Most of the landscapes you've seen, seen described, have been fiery or ice or pits of rushing white sand or strange grey landscapes with violence and death and creatures. This is empty. There's only this one demon. And as you race through your mind and race through this landscape, trying to figure out if this is something you've heard of or read before, you don't think it is. It doesn't match anything that you've read about the Abyss.
Okay. No names pop up in my head from that of any demon lords or any underlings. Or... I know it's a big ask. If I need to roll again, let me know. This is going to be a very much see what happens as we go along.
There was. Yeah, I mean, you're finding it difficult to concentrate on running and trying to plan an escape and trying to think of demon names. It's been a long time since you've read anything about the Abyss, so it's kind of one of those. You might eventually recall one, but at the moment, it's not happening for you.
Yep. Okay. So, understandable. What I'm gonna do is I'll double my speed for the time. So I'll use just sort of like action and walking speed to try and just keep that distance a little bit. I know obviously you said it's big strides, big monster and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna look to see if there's anything along the way, or it looks like it could be a good just hiding spot for a couple of minutes, just so I can center myself.
It's going to be tricky. I mean, there are sort of outcroppings of rock, but none of them over sort of like 5 feet. I mean, you could try to hide behind one of these things, but you are in plain view of this thing at the moment. So
how close am I to any of these jagged bits of sharp rock?
I mean, you could reach one quite easily with your movement speed.
Okay, I'm going to try something here.
Go for it.
So, as I'm running, what I'd like to try is how am I going to do this? I'm going to rip a bit of my vest off.
Tight to your quarter stuff? No.
I'm going back to when I was hiding in the caravan for a little bit. Okay. One of the thought processes there. So yeah, I'm going to rip like a chunk of my vest off, and as I'm running, and as I run, I'm going to just like glance my hand on one of these sharp, jagged pieces of rock, just to get like a cut on it.
Easily done.
And then I'm going to put.
So roll a d4 for me.
Yeah. 1.
1 point of damage. as you lacerates. It's like obsidian. This stuff. It's just razor sharp.
Yep. And stick the part of the vest into the palm of my hand where it's bleeding.
Sure.
And kind of like pulse my hand as I'm running, and try and soak this bit as much as I can.
Okay.
And then when I think it's potentially bloody enough, wet enough, on myself, this is going to be far out, but on myself, I'm going to use a key point and use Hand of Healing.
Okay.
To close the wound up.
Okay.
And then once I know the wound's closed, I'll kind of just like wipe the excess blood from my hand, and then as far as I can, chuck it left or right, whichever one doesn't have a drop, if either side does, and chuck this bloody rag like that, basically, to potentially confuse.
Okay. Let's see. Give me a skill check here. Give me a dexterity
a running for
check.
your life.
Give me a dex check.
Okay.
Just to sort of aim the cloth, because a piece of cloth is not really a thing that is easily thrown.
No,
it's not got a lot of weight to
that.
it. So,
natural 14. Dex check, yeah.
Yeah.
So 17.
17. So you throw this bit of cloth, and do you then move the opposite direction, or are you going straight, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, I'll basically try and like move the opposite direction, put as much space between where the cloth is going and I am.
Okay.
And just try and.
Okay, give me a stealth check to try and stealth or deception, your choice. To try and sort of make it so that the creature is fixated on the cloth rather than you, doesn't see where you're going, because you are in plain view. It's going to be really high DC, but we can try.
Yeah, no, completely. I get that.
I'll tell you what. I'll roll first. I'll roll him his intelligence check and tell you what you got to beat. You've got to beat a 19.
Cool. Tell you what, just because I could get fucked over either way, I'll do these rolls on D&D Beyond so everyone can.
Sure, whichever.
Don't fuck me over D&D Beyond. I haven't used it for about 3 years. Oh.
17. Okay. So, here's what happens. You throw the cloth. Immediately jink right round a sort of jagged outcropping. And you hear, that might have worked if I was a dog. Very clever little one.
I take it this is quite a low, booming, guttural voice.
Yeah, I can't really do low, booming, guttural voice because I'm
No. I'm just trying to.
You're hearing the voice sort of echoing off these bits of rock, and strangely off the sky as well. It's really weird.
I've seen no other demons here, right? This is the only one I've seen in this place. It knows I'm here, so fuck it. I'll keep running.
Okay.
And like shout out. Are you a lord or just a hunter?
Conversations now, is it? Right. Well, little prey, I am both lord and hunter. Because hunting is fun, which you must admit, being a mortal, you hunt things to eat, right?
Wasn't only a few hours ago. I was fishing, actually.
Ah, fishing. Good idea. And you hear some really strange noises. And then Make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm doing it on here, aren't I?
No, do whatever you like.
Yeah, I'll do it on here.
Nice. You watch as a hook, like a meat hook size hook, with a huge barb on the end of it, like a big parody of a fishing hook, comes sailing over your head, crunches into the rock in front of you as you jink out of the way. Ah, missed my first cast.
I didn't use hooks. I just used my hands when I did it. But you say you're Lord and Hunter?
Ah, yes.
I've got to word this right, haven't I?
Hands, you say?
Would you be
Right.
parlayed in? Would you be parlayed into a conversation before you potentially killed me?
I mean, if you think it would be fun. But you do have the stench of devil on you, which makes it interesting. Maybe I won't eat you straight away.
Well, that was maybe where the conversation was going to lead anyway.
Indeed.
And I'll start slowing down. Bearing in mind, if anyone is picturing this, it sounds like Florian is doing this dashing hero run, trying to escape the prey, the predator and everything. He is fucking bricking it.
I mean, the Demon Lord seems to be having a lot of fun, and you suspect...
Yes.
Roll me an insight check.
I didn't even ask for it, guys, and I still get him.
Yep, it's the law, you have to.
I keep fucking rolling dice. I'm not doing dice, I'm doing it on here, so it's... 25. I'm rolling.
25, nice. You get the idea this thing, Demon Lord, could easily have caught you by now, but
Yeah.
is just playing with his food. Like some sort of gigantic cat.
Yeah.
So as you slow down, he sort of... You hear a... and then nothing. And then nothing. And then... it lands in front of you. So... oh, wait. Let me change into something a little more easy for you to look at. And there's a sort of shimmering, and this creature vanishes to be replaced by, still tall, about 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
A being with not dissimilar looks to yourself. In fact, if you would think about it, it sounds like he's just copied you, just on a larger scale.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same. There's still bits. There's like he hasn't got the eyes right. They're slightly off center to each other.
A bit bizarro.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Imagine like a Dali painting of Florian. So that, but not quite as bad as that. Just like, you know, Munch's the Scream, where he's like,
Yeah.
It's sort of like that. There's a sort of strange sort of offsetness to the features.
Okay.
So sniffs it. Devil and something else. Something tasty, something chaotic, something. Wait. Are you one of Balo's little puppets?
I didn't think so. I've met him, but...
That would explain it. Make a deal, did you?
I did not.
Good. Because he cannot be trusted.
No deal has been made on my end, that's for sure.
But you've met him more than once, I would say.
Yeah, accidentally.
And I think your blood has a strange. And he has the cloth in his hand that you threw away. You know, just sort of, and a sort of forked tongue comes out and just licks it. You have a strange taste. Very devilish. Very odd. So, what brings you to my world?
Well, Lord.
Oh, we're doing names, are we? Well, as you're in my world, you get to go first.
Florian knows the implications this could hold, but he still does it anyway because he knows he is up the what is it without a paddle?
Yeah.
Oh, I am Florian. And you, my lord?
You're Florian. Interesting name. I am. You can call me Gandarord.
Ganlarord. Galarord. Well,
Ganlarord. Ganlarord.
Ganlarord. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Ganlarord. Well, very nice to meet you, Lord Ganlarord. So, yes, your question. How do I happen to be here? Short version or long version? Let's go for the long. Why not? So, me and my friends have been traveling for some time. We've learned that there is a particular devil that is trying to escape the hells, and somehow, we haven't worked this bit out yet, but mine and my sister's blood is connected with that. We've come into some very hairy situations, and we had a few chances to quickly escape without realizing how it worked. So I thought I'd try it. I've been, I wouldn't say impatient, but waiting a long time to try and save my sister. And it's brought me here, basically. So, yeah, me and my friends, not exactly sure what's going on, but trying to save the world nonetheless.
So let me get it straight. The devil wants to invade your plane. It is using you and your sister to do so.
Unwillingly, I might add as well.
And you and your friends escaped that. How exactly?
Well, one of my friends kind of like had this well, which was kind of like a blanket. And I just kind of jumped into it and then ended up here, hoping that I could get somewhere else.
Right. And this well blanket thing, you have it here?
I do not. I jumped through it and...
so how are you going to work out how it worked? By jumping through it without it?
Generally, we've just jumped through all in a bit of a hurry, not really working it out, but some of us thought that maybe if we thought long and hard about a particular place and time, that we would end up being at that place and time.
And did that work?
No.
This sounds like a intriguing type of arcane fuckery.
Well, certainly, yeah. It all seemed to. All roads lead to somewhere, but this one apparently leads to anywhere.
How are you planning on getting back to your friends?
Well, I wasn't planning from being away from them, so getting back is now, well, gonna be a lot harder.
So, let me get it straight. You have some friends and a sister. Interesting. And yet, you are here alone. Does anybody know you are here? Did you tell anyone you were going anywhere?
They know I've left, yeah.
Right. And will they be following?
I don't think they have a ways or means to get here.
But you said the well was back there.
Yeah, but I did say that it takes you to a random place, as it would seem, every time.
Make a deception check.
There's only one thing I'm lying about here. And this is where D&D Beyond fails me. It's cocked! It's cocked!
It says,
on my screen, it's cocked.
It says 6.
Uh-oh.
Looks at you. And you see that his eyes are just starting
Narrowed?
to move up and then
Yeah.
drop. So, you would come into my realm, stinking of devil and that chaos abomination. And you would try to deceive me, a master manipulator. Give me the well. And I might let you live.
I didn't
might
hear what you
not.
said before that, Chaz, by the way. You went kind of... You said keep, and then it... I didn't hear before you said I might let you live.
Oh, give me the well.
Oh. Okay. But
Excellent.
there's hope.
Very
You
good
might...
choice.
You might let me live, right?
Well, tell you what. You give me the well and the name of the demon, the devil, that is trying to get to your plane, and I will deal with it, and in return I will let you live. That sounds good, right?
And send me back to my friends?
I mean, I could.
Or at least give me a way to?
Well, let us think.
I think
Look
the
around
devil's
you.
name...
Look around you. Do you see anything resembling magic or arcana of any kind?
I'm not one to use that, but no, I don't think so.
So, would you expect someone like myself to be wanting to stay here forever?
No.
Quite. So, give me the well. Give me the name of the devil, and I will let you live. I may allow you to accompany me through the well.
I'll give you the name first, because I think it's might hold a bit more gravitas than what you're expecting. But Fiona?
Fiona. I will enjoy eating her. And now I have a way to get there. Give me the well.
Do I think he's being truthful that he will potentially take me with him?
Make an insight check.
The guy who just called himself a master of manipulation? Absolutely.
Now the dice fail me.
Question is, though, do you have a choice? Apart from death, then I'll just take it off you.
He seems to want to get to Fiona. And he sees...
Did he seem more intrigued by
the-
hearing the name as well?
Oh, he definitely knows who Fiona is.
Yeah.
He wants to get there, and he sees the well as a means of doing so. The well interests him greatly. You get the impression that he has not left this realm for a long time.
And he'll drop me off along the way?
I mean, you think it's a fairly good chance if you go through the well at the same time, you'll end up in the same place as him? And from your experiments with the well, you don't know where that will be?
Okay. Well, it's life or death, isn't it?
So, whilst you're deciding that, we'll pop back to the beach and see how everybody else is getting on. So,
I think we're all about to turn over so we can get tanned on the other side.
it could be somebody building a barbecue.
I would have
I'm
thought by
gonna-
now the wars would be building a still, because the alcohol will only last so long.
This is true. So,
I'm going to find a quiet spot.
okay,
I've been
easily done.
taking the time to try not to panic over the fact that my friend has done something stupid.
Uh-huh.
And I'm going to sit down, take some sand in my hand, and just quietly pray to Remora
Okay.
to see if she can hear me.
Make a religion check.
What are we? I am managing, yeah.
I didn't remind everybody to pick up dice, did I? Damn.
I do have them. I've just been sat painting my nails, so I put them off to the side. Ooh, that's good. Ooh, my religion's good. 23.
23. Okay. So tell me exactly what you say to Remora.
This is a long shot, but Remora, can you still hear me? We only spoke about half a day ago in my timeline, I think.
You hear Remora's voice. Oh, hi. Interesting. You're somewhere very early. Well done.
Yeah.
Any particular reason for the call?
Well, we, might be stuck here.
Oh.
We came by the Well of Many Worlds, and Florian decided to jump in on his own.
Oh, and stranded
know.
you wherever it is you are.
I don't know where he is.
Oops.
I would ask you to protect him, but if his death's coming, I know you can't really change that.
I'm not really scheduled to pick up Florian for a while yet, but that's in relative to... Oh wait, no, you're in that timeline, so therefore... It's difficult to say. It's difficult to say when he will die, because obviously everybody dies whenever they die. So I will certainly I can offer to make his transition to the next place as swift and painless as possible.
Thank you.
Indeed.
don't know if we've got any way off this island, but
Oh, I'm sure your friends and yourselves have many resources that you can utilize with your quick thinking and survival skills. Quite frankly, I'm amazed you are all still alive. Some of the things that you've done have been very close. But I'm sure you'll find a way. There's always a way. For those that use their minds and the tools at their disposal.
just wish my tools weren't loaned from a very particular person.
Well, I mean, the time you're in, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Anyway, a little busy. Toodaloo.
Sorry. I'm just gonna sit there and just think. Can I feel any hellish influence over me at the moment?
Make a... Where are we? Where are you? There you are over there. Because you have a... Is it a feat or a... Yeah. Make a intelligence check with advantage because it's you doing
Blood huntery things.
Blood huntery things, as you say.
Melissa doing fiends? I don't think they quite reached that point.
Well, you never know.
Just straight intelligence, yeah?
Yeah.
An 8 and a 19, so 22.
22. Nice. You call to your gifts that you were given. Whilst you can feel them, they don't have that taint as yet. They feel like when you were not first with the temple, but about a year in, when your gifts were strong, and it was Vale that was your mentor. So it feels very different. Feels like it used to. When it was all about the love.
I'm gonna sit and concentrate on that for a little bit.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything? Apart from, popcorn and...
Well, as far as I'm aware, I'm still sleeping because it's sort of late at night, isn't it? About midnight or something.
Yeah, I mean, you've
cuddled up.
You've had a long rest already. I mean, you went to sleep quite early on. If you want to wake up,
I'm good at sleeping though.
Okay, you can certainly stay asleep.
I'll be cuddled into Bridris.
You said Bridges away, I think.
You did send Beatrice away.
Did I?
Yeah.
I thought she was up flying in the air having fun.
Did you not send her away? I can't remember. But if you want to be
No,
cuddled up with her, that's fine.
We got her down, and I was asking her if I could go flying on her, and she didn't want to. Then she went up in the air and started flying around having fun herself.
Okay. Yep. No, I can say, yeah, you can be cuddled up with Bridges. Not a problem. Anybody else want to do anything? Try anything? Make a plan?
Until Friends is awake.
Okay.
He would probably sleep sort of like he would gain the benefit of his long rest.
Yep.
And then probably sleep another 2 hours and then wake up.
Okay.
Just 2?
Yeah. Rewarding himself.
Okay. Trenador, you want to do anything? I mean, you could all have the benefits of a long rest if you didn't already take one. So
You're on mute there, Dan. Still on mute.
Cannot hear you, Dan. We lost Dan.
Turn it off and turn it back on again.
My brain is wearing away on something.
Okay. Welcome back. Nope, apparently not. Well, if while we wait for Dan to come back, have we got anybody else want to do anything? When Ferenz is, we can accelerate time so that when Ferenz is. Okay. Yeah.
I will.
Dan's going to restart. So.
I will look up at stars, sort of see if I can see anything that looks familiar, to try and ascertain how close to my timeline it might be.
Okay. Make a look at stars check. That will be. Let's have a think. Make a survival or nature check. Your choice.
I'm going to go with nature because I'm better at it.
Absolutely, that's the point.
22.
22. I mean, looking at the stars, it's difficult to say, but you think you recognise a constellation, but it's not quite the right shape. So it's really because you're a Circle of the Stars druid, you get a lot of your power from the stars and nature, and it's the constellation doesn't look right. It looks like you are many thousands of years before your time. Welcome back now. Possibly.
I cannot say for certain, but this seems to be a long time even before my time.
It almost it feels like there's no hellish influence here as well. I don't feel her breathing down my neck.
That must be nice.
It's certainly relieving. I talked to Remora, but there's not much that she can really do for us or Florian. Even if we were to go through her realm, we would just get put back out where we were, minus a well and minus Celeste. Trinador, how does your scar, the wound feel?
Can you hear me first?
Yep.
Yes.
How does my scar feel?
Looking down, it feels like a normal wound. It's not actively pulling you in any direction. It doesn't feel painful. It's a wound that looks as though it's trying to heal.
And I'd take a quick look at it.
It's just a wound, but yeah, you can look at it, but it's no
I
different.
just want to see if there's any lingering magic there.
May I also?
Well, yes. Is this the next day?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I missed a bit. Yes, everyone gather round, all stare at my wound.
All right. I'll go and look right at it.
While you're doing
Is it
that,
going to do something?
Celeste, I've got a question.
By all
You
means.
fell through time before. I'm sure you told the group the circumstances of that, but to be honest with you, I probably wasn't listening. How did you do that?
I went to see a witch to try and escape my life and save my family, and I was encouraged to step through a portal.
Okay, so we just need to find a witch then, and I'll just rip open.
just going to inspect his wound to see if there is any lingering magic of the pact there, or if it is completely dormant.
It's impressive, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's call it.
Surprised you've not been hurt as much as. Not been
Arcana.
hurt more than you've shown.
I wear it well. You're used to Florian and him whining about the scar every 5 minutes.
Florian's are certainly a lot less bulky than you.
Weedy is the proper term.
Oh, I don't know. He can throw a punch.
Yes, no better than
Arcana?
Tyson.
19.
19. There is the very faintest hint of infernal magic, but it's really faint.
Is the hint of magic that I feel fainter, or as faint, or is this fainter than it?
This seems to be. Your gifts of magic don't really feel that infernal. But this is definitely was an infernal wound. But it seems to be very faded.
And I don't feel pulled in any direction or anything.
Nope.
Does it look to me like the wound is maybe starting to heal? Something that it hadn't done before.
Make a medicine check.
$19.
From looking at it, it certainly looks to be trying to heal, yes.
This is the closest I've ever seen it look like it's actually trying to heal.
Well, considering a few hours ago blood was pouring out of it a few feet from my body, and then it all came back in, I think that just cements how impressive I can be sometimes.
What I mean is, wherever we are in this time, the connection is so weak it's almost, but not quite, broken. So therefore, you're actually able to start healing.
Well, what are you suggesting? We stay here?
No. It was merely an observation.
I mean...
To be fair to you, Trelador, your previous statement's correct. You're very good at ignoring trauma.
What trauma? That was the joke.
Sometimes I wish I could brush things off as easily as you.
Well, sometimes you just need to get on with it. You can't just keep talking about things. I have the scar, I have to put up with it.
So, in regards to Florian, what do you suggest we do? And we'll do it.
Well, we already suggested that we don't know what to do. We just have to wait for him to figure it out. So talking about it isn't going to help. Unless we go and find a witch.
We couldn't see any signs of life while we scouted the island.
We've tried the gods.
Well, maybe we should just have a holiday then. We can't do nothing. Let's just enjoy our time here. It's lovely.
I have a possible idea.
Yeah.
But it's not guaranteed. And I'll put it forward to y'all. You're pretty good at reining in my bad ideas.
Is everyone here? Sorry, one
I'm still waiting for your scarf to do a trick.
I'll just flex my pecs a little bit, just so it moves.
Can I reach forward and poke it and cast Cure Wounds at the same time?
Absolutely. Roll your healing.
He's healing
you
my
get
wound.
damaged by one.
Heal my wound, James.
Oh no, James is frozen.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get the D&D working. So I roll the dice. Hold on a second. All right, here we go.
Some travel dice.
Yeah. Right. Got to work out how to use this. I haven't used this before. Spells. Spells. There we go. Cure wounds. That's 6.
6. Trelodor, you feel the wound start to sort of close up as Gus's healing magic flows from his finger.
Dwarfs are full of little tricks. You're not the only dwarf. Never mind.
What?
Nothing. It's fine.
Does it feel better now, does it?
Yes, it's brilliant. Thank you. You really have.
That's all right.
Is
And
it a
I'll sort of
noticeable
pat him
difference,
on
I'm
his,
assuming?
Yeah,
on his
absolutely.
back and say, all right, you can put your shirt back on now.
Okay, thank you, Gus.
It's all right.
What would we do without you?
You'd probably be dead.
I believe Melissa had a plan to save us all.
Oh, Lord.
I would not put it that confidently. I still have my magic right now. Most of which had been being kind of overtaken by our friend in the Hells. But it never started like that. It started with Vale. And I can still feel the magic here. So I'm wondering if she's in this time. But it's a question of whether bringing her here would make things better or worse for us.
Well, I can't get
Because
much
she can
worse.
be... Y'all know how she can be. Y'all met her that one time. And she was...
Is this before or after your
I would assume...
patron gets their hands on her?
I would assume that this would be after we freed her from Lork.
Well, we've already tried contacting one god, so we might as well try contacting yours.
Try contacting two. I spoke to her tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
What did
Vale, Vale
Remora
ain't no
say?
god. There's not much she can do for us. I asked her to protect Florian, but there's not much she can do. If he dies, he dies. That'll be when he's meant to.
Well, hopefully that won't happen.
Hopefully. I'm just gonna kind of close my eyes for a moment, put my hand over my heart, and just tentatively reach out to Valnova to see if she is here.
Okay. Interesting.
So, no holiday then?
Okay.
I think you've had enough, son, Gus. You're starting to go pink.
Don't know what you mean.
Roll me a D100, please, Melissa.
100.
100.
Whoa.
You can see it on D&D Beyond.
I can
It
indeed.
did flash up.
Okay. Right. Those.
See this spanner? I'm gonna throw it in the works.
The familiar tone and voice of Vale is surprise. Melissa? What? How?
You're here then.
How are you here? Nobody's supposed to be here.
We jumped through the well,
Oh, that damn
crash
well.
landed. Florian took the well on his own.
What?
We're stuck here.
Shit. Do you know? I suppose a ridiculous question. You don't know where he went. So
We're pretty certain his sister's safe, though.
you've got Dakota with you as well?
Not with us. She's been taken somewhere safe, I think.
Right. You think?
It's... Miette has a particularly
Sorry.
chaotic...
Who?
Madame Miette, one of our party.
Right.
She has a particularly chaotic benefactor.
Right. But, well, one second. So, you're back in time to this time. And you have friends with you.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay. But you don't have the well.
No.
Oh, shit.
We're stranded.
Okay. Right. Where are you?
We're on some tropical island. Apparently in the future it's the resting place of some grand dragon. What did friend say his name was? Shine?
Shine. Right. Okay. Here's what you gotta do. Find Floran. Get the well. Get the hell out of here before she turns up. And I don't mean you know who. I mean the other one. If she finds you here, she's gonna go crazy.
Who do
Actually,
you mean?
Shit. The other one.
Fire?
The other one. Oh my god. Listen to me very carefully. You have to get out of here, out of this time. There are too many dangerous things happening.
Who are we running from?
At the moment, everybody.
Oh no.
Like I said,
Not entirely sure what we can do.
get out of here. As soon as you can. I cannot help you. But you need to get out of here. Now, even just talking to you could draw one of them's attention.
Sorry.
No. It's not your fault, baby. You keep well. Keep safe. Find Florian. Find Dakota. The voice echoes off.
Well, what did you say?
We should probably work to get out of here as soon as we can.
That's of no help whatsoever. That's already what we were trying to do.
Yeah, I know. There's not much she can do for us, unfortunately. She's in hiding. If she's found by her sister, then who knows what could happen. And unfortunately, there seem to be others, not our friend in the house, others who might notice our presence and become a problem for us. I have a feeling that us speaking to Reorx and Remara already may have highlighted ourselves as a problem. She talked about multiple she's. I'm not sure. But I'm running out of ideas.
I mean, drawing attention to the fact that we're in this time might work to our advantage. You know, it highlights where we are.
Or it might get us killed.
Well, as you said, we're out of options. Sometimes, bad publicity is good publicity.
The only thing I can think of is that perhaps the location where Shine takes his rest could be some kind of powerful place, maybe. But I'm grasping, in all honesty.
You got your hand up.
I may have a solution that may allow us to either get back to where we need to be, or potentially follow Florian to where he is now, but that might be bad. But I'm just mulling it over. So at the moment, Frenzy's that, and you'll just be sort of like some of the plants have formed into the symbols that you recognise from his armour and his shield around him. And his main symbol is that at the apex of the symbols, and he's got a massive ruby in his hand. So Miss Bridris goes back and forth to wherever she goes to, potentially back to her lair in the time where we're supposed to be. So the way I see it is, I've got a spell which can create a bond between two people for a short time, but if they go out of a certain distance, it sort of fades. But I was thinking that maybe if I reinforced it with some of the planar magic that I know, that we might be able to use that bond to follow Bridris home.
We don't have any other ideas at the moment.
I've got an idea.
Sounds crazy. Let's do it. What's your idea, Gus?
Well, I've been thinking, right? So we've gone back long time. There's no dragons, and there's no peoples and stuff, right? What if we are Ferenzi's, like, people? We make him, and like maybe Bridris turns into Shine, and we're all like, we're the people who started this at the beginning of life, and all peoples come from us.
I think Gus has run out of energy. I think he needs
That
to
might be why Ferenz talks with a dwarven accent, because he's like raised by dwarves.
I think that was potentially due to Shine preparing me for my journey, and I think you might have been in the sun too long.
If Shine is actually Bridris and Bridris was raised by Gus, then Shine would have a dwarven accent.
That's true.
It all makes perfect sense, doesn't it?
It does. It makes
But
perfect
why
sense
would
to me.
Shine tell themselves off?
Maybe it's part of the loop.
I think you've spent too much time in the sun, and you might have got it.
Because Bridris got told off by Shine, when Bridris gets to be Shine, she knows she needs to tell herself off.
Yeah, but Bridris is an onyx drake, and Bridris is not a crystal drake.
Oh, maybe she turns into one.
I don't think that's how it works, I'm afraid, Gus.
Gus, in these climes, you shouldn't spend as much time in the sun because you'll burn quicker.
I also have not finished my thought. The other option with the following using the planar magic is if I can potentially manipulate the purpose of it, or with people's help, we might be able to, I guess, try and follow Florian to where he is now, but that might be hazardous to our health.
Who knows if he's already jumped another time.
So I would probably hazard a guess that we try and use Miss Bridris as the conduit to get home.
How long has it been since Florian leaped?
Yep, quite a few hours. I would say at least another 6-7 hours since he went.
If what Yorick says is true, that the well would need 8 hours to recharge.
Yeah, but not always. It might be less. I think that's the upper limit. But either way, he's probably had a chance to jump again somewhere. And who knows where he is now?
So I mean, I can probably do this once if we're going to do it. But I would going home would, well, going back to where we're supposed to be would because my idea is to use, I don't know if you've come across this magic, or it may be something called the warding bond. I don't know if you've come across that at all, but
Yeah.
So usually the way it works is you create a bond between you and somebody else, and then when they take damage, you take it for them, essentially.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to use the creating a bond form of that, and then reinforcing it with planar magic to drag us with Bridget back to where she goes. So I'm not really au fait with these arcane things, but I'm
Sounds like nonsense to me.
hoping that
Might work.
Well, yeah.
Well, we've done crazier things.
I suppose it might work a little bit like banishing somebody. So if we're being banished essentially from this time back to where we're supposed to be in our time, essentially.
Yeah. But with like a warding bond, when you put that on someone, doesn't it break if you get certain far away?
Well, this is what I mean, but I'm trying to reinforce the spell with planar magic to try and drag the rest of us with it.
Right.
I don't know if that can work
Plus,
or the mechanics of that, but
hey, if you were trying to get some fire magic in a weapon, I'm your guy, but I have no idea about any of this bullshit.
well, okay, if it's bullshit, I probably shouldn't carry on. Then.
I mean, jumping planes is one thing, but jumping through time, I'm not even sure that anybody in our time would be able to do it. It would be something monumentally powerful to be able to do.
Celeste,
That's
just on the edge of your hearing. Very far away, there are wing beats. Big, something very big.
something
coming.
big is flying towards us. We need to make a decision, and we need to do it now.
Get into the trees.
And we'll take a break whilst you work out what you want to do. So, we'll be right back after these sponsorship messages that we definitely have. We probably do. No, we really don't. Welcome back. So, we have one bunch of people, the majority stuck on a desert, a beautiful tropical island, being approached by something large with wings. Meanwhile, Florian, we cut back to you. About to do a deal or be breakfast? Who knows? So, sorry, go ahead.
The well, we both jump. I get dropped off, and you carry on to.
Well, it really depends on where we end up, doesn't it? So, how about you and I make an accord?
What do you have in mind?
Well, let us be partners in this. Until the devil Fiona is dead. And I will ensure that you live. And you will assist me in dispatching anything that gets in our way.
And if chance may happen that we do this, no matter where we end up or what the outcome is, my friends, you leave them alone?
I don't see any of your friends here.
Not
so
here,
therefore, I can't do them any harm, can I?
Here or on the top side. Or the side, whichever side it is here.
Well, seeing as I don't actually know where they are, it'd be incredibly difficult for me to cause them any harm whatsoever. But I understand your worry and concern. As long as they don't get in my way, then you won't have to kill them, will you?
Well, it's either I die here by your hands, and that's it.
You could just jump back in the well and go wherever you wish.
But
I'm offering.
You get to keep the well, right?
Oh, yeah. Now.
But if I jump in on my own, you don't help with Fiona.
Exactly. I leave you and your friends, your sister, at the mercy, of which she has none, by the way, of Fiona, the Prince of Hell. I can kill her, you know. I just have to get to her in the hells. So, what do you say, Florian?
So, DM, just to make sure we are perfectly clear here. 2 options. 3 options, technically. I either don't do anything, I get killed here, essentially.
More than likely, yes.
I jump in the well.
Yep.
He keeps the well, they keep the well.
Yep.
But doesn't go after Fiona or help in that regard. Or
Correct.
It's jump in the well with them and basically be their puppet until we kill Fiona or meet Fiona. Get him there.
He did say kill.
Kill.
It's entirely up to you. You don't have to do any of these things. You could do something else completely different if you want. I mean, imagine if you, for instance, tied some bedrolls to your quarterstaff, and just as you were being eaten, just sort of wiggled it side to side. It could work.
But it was just jump in and try and steal it back.
If I were to help you and make this a card
Yeah.
in helping you, is there any way you have so I can contact my friends so they do not come after me and save themselves?
Well, again, I don't know where they are. If you wanted to tell me where they are and their names, perhaps we could arrange for some sort of deal involving them. But this is a secondary importance. The important part, I think you'll agree, is not letting Fiona into your plane. Correct?
Correct.
Then you must choose
So-
accordingly. But
Yes.
I will note, I am quite hungry.
How long's it been for me down here?
I'll say it's been... I'd say it's a good couple of hours, so you've probably got 2 hours on the well. Not that you know that, but...
No.
Because I would believe
Yeah.
it was a 4 last time it was rolled, was it? I think so.
Yeah. So, the idea of Fiona being dead and not being able to escape intrigues me.
Well,
And after that's done, you come back here?
I mean, I could. Certainly do that. But perhaps I would go elsewhere. Perhaps I would stay in the hells and kill as many devils as I could.
After it's
Perhaps
done, like,
I could do something else entirely.
yes. He'll see Florian 100% mulling all of this over and weighing up the very little options he has, essentially, apart from doing something ridiculously stupid, which he never does.
Obviously not, no. I mean, I'm all for the ridiculously stupid if you want to try it.
He only does
No.
ridiculously stupid things when he tells Gus off for doing exactly the same thing.
I thought about it. We had this conversation. I think the option, so I'm just talking this through,
Yep.
on top of the table, that
I mean, it is a game. Feel free to discuss with your fellow players.
yeah. Well, they're not with me, so it's
No, I know
nothing,
they're
but
not. The characters are not with you, but their players are.
yeah, I feel that this is the biggest opportunity to put a massive hindrance / end to Fiona.
Oh,
It
look at
also
Joe's
lets a
face.
demon out of the abyss.
Yes, it does.
That is a severe risk. Balo. Demons are chaotic. Balo is chaotic. Balo likes toying with things. Demons just like destruction.
No, I know.
So
The difference between
risky.
The difference between demons and Balo is Balo has a moral compass of sorts. It may be twisted, but he still has some morals.
Balo likes toying with things. He likes creating shenanigans, as best put. Demons just like destruction.
Yeah.
The most famous demon lord in D&D lore would be Yongu. the demon lord of Knowles, who is endlessly hungry. But
As
to be honest,
Mitchell once sang, this means
if
nothing
I'd
to
been in your position, I wouldn't have told him about the well. But I'm not in your position, so
no, but someone who is in the abyss, shit scared, and trying not to die.
it's the
Suck it up,
challenge.
Florian.
I feel like Fiddy's wearing a t-shirt today, in particular, just to
Yep.
Oh, I
pass it
didn't even
all off
realise.
a little
No,
bit.
not at all.
This is what I think of all of you.
No.
There is a distinct possibility that if you choose to just jump through the well yourself, that you could do what you normally do and drag it with you and steal it.
Yeah, I've been thinking that as well, but then it would mean potentially a demon on my back for the rest.
Made yourself an enemy doing that.
And the demon could also be fast enough to jump in after you before you have a chance to pull it after you.
Well,
Or
really,
put a hand on
you
it.
can make an enemy of the demon, or you can make, which I feel like inevitably you're going to end up being told to assassinate one of us, which you're going to make an enemy of the party. So either way, you're going to make an enemy of sorts.
Depends on who it is. Falador might assist him with some of them.
Yeah, I don't think it'll go that far. Yeah.
Okay. So, dragging it back to in-game world.
Yeah.
Martin,
So-
you're shrinking.
Yeah, Martin's getting smaller and smaller. No, don't go, Martin. No.
So I think Florian, better the devil you know, Maha. I think he'd make the accord on helping them and it taking Fiona out of the picture.
So, Florian, do we have the accord? Or
My friends are kept safe.
they
I
are?
help you kill Fiona, and then we go our separate ways.
Seems reasonable. He puts out a hand that is sort of clawed. It's got 6 fingers on it, and it's slightly blue on the palm, with the fingers turned sort of a grey-green, and it's got bright white nails on its 6 fingers.
And he puts out his right hand, yeah.
Yeah. So shake yours.
And I shake it, and it's with my stone hand, if that makes any difference in the future.
Okay, noted. I will make a note on that very thing.
And I've got the glove on it so he wouldn't see it, potentially.
Okay. So, as you shake this demon's hand, you feel intense cold runs up that stone arm into your shoulder, into your chills your blood.
Yeah.
And it just sort of looks at you, and you notice it now has a third eye, sort of just on its side of its forehead. So, we kill Fiona. Good. So come along, Florian, my new little... Well, let's say acquaintance for now, shall we?
I thought you were going to call him my pretty.
You have no idea how long I've waited to do that to you, Vinny.
Yeah, probably. Brilliant.
So, my acquaintance, let's go and do some killing. The well now.
And yeah, I get the well out and lay it on the ground.
He just looks at it, looks at you. Says, "Is this a joke? Do you think you're funny?"
What do you mean?
But he puts his hand on it and it doesn't go anywhere. It's still solid.
We have to wait a bit longer, I think.
Wait. Well, I suppose what's another whatever it is to the millennia I have spent here.
I tried using it when I got here. I thought it might have worked by now, but I've lost track of time, so we'll just have to keep trying.
Indeed. I think when he puts a clawed hand onto it, sort of folds it up, scrunches it up into the piece of silk that it is what it looks like. Just sort of weird. He sort of pulls his chest open and just shoves it inside and then pushes his chest. You see the wound closes around it. I'll keep this safe. We'll try again in a day or so.
Might not be that long.
I'm sure you think you know what you're talking about. But remember, I am the boss in this relationship. I will say when we go and what we do. So, acquaintance, or pet, as you're now known. Sit. Good dog. And we switch back to the other party. So, what is it we're doing? As you, Celeste has heard these large wing beats approaching. I heard there was scurrying for the trees. Was that what was happening?
Yarp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I want to climb the tree and see what they're broken.
Okay. Give me a climbing tree, athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Acrobatics. 24.
24. No problem. Claws dig in. Up the tree you go. Sorry.
Someone that's in the group chat.
Yeah. Up the tree you go. Make a perception check. Eight. You look
Natural
around.
1 for 8.
Natural 1 for 8. You look around.
Yeah, it's nothing here. Nothing coming.
Can't see anything. Celeste must have imagined it.
Directly above me, but I don't think to look up.
Oh, you're just sort of looking on the around at the horizon.
Are you just looking into tree leaves?
Quite possibly with that second roll.
Where is it coming from, Celeste?
Where is it coming from, DM?
Appears to be heading towards you from, I'll say, the south.
It's coming in from the south.
Look that way to see if I can see a
Make
speck.
a perception check.
I'm also going to look out south.
Make a perception check.
Does it sound like the beats of a dragon's wing?
Absolutely.
Terrible rolls, 23.
23.
19.
19.
Oh, fuck off.
19's a good roll for me. So.
I rolled a 10 and a 9.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. Quite. Melissa, you look out to the south and you can see something. It's very far away, just a tiny speck coming towards you.
There's something out there.
Celeste,
Okay.
you see the same, but it seems to be travelling incredibly fast.
So-
Sunlight glinting off it.
Knowing each dragon wing beats, Ferenz will grip the dragon's head talisman he's got
Uh-huh.
and focus on it. And does he get the sense that this is shine, or is this, there's a connection between him and the dragon to get sort of the same sense. Maybe it might be weaker now because Shine doesn't know him yet.
Okay.
But
Give me a religion check.
Yorick, did you share all of your conversation with York with the group?
I certainly spoke about it when I came back.
Like you did in the part about there aren't any dragons yet.
Yeah.
I did say that.
you did
Just
say
checking.
that, but that's Dragon Wingbeat. So, 21 on religion.
21. Okay. It's not Shine. Absolutely not. It sounds like a dragon. You don't feel any connection with it, but it definitely sounds like a dragon. But it's definitely not Shine or any dragon that you've spoken to.
So I'm going to retreat back into our little enclosure.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I've got time to do this, but I'm going to sort of use my speech of beast and leaf again, and just ask whether the plants can create a canopy over us to try and sort of shield us from above.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion check, please.
I can do that with advantage as well, can't I? Because
Not this time. Just go straight roll, please.
okay,
Unless
just
there
for-
was a particular reason you were going to get advantage.
No, it just says that they can understand words, but you can't understand them in return. You have advantage on all charisma checks
Oh yeah, yes, yeah,
to
okay, yeah,
influence them.
sure.
So it's a 4 on the first one and a 13 on the second.
13.
So 13.
So, some of the plants you see sort of start growing up and around, and then they stop and retreat back down to the ground. And in fact, they start overgrowing the camp where they had been before you persuaded them to move. They've all sort of recovering the ground. It's very strange.
How long until I think that they're going to arrive?
About 10 minutes.
We have about 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah, you're like, what is she talking about? There's nothing here.
Well, I could. So I mean, that sounds like dragon wings, but I don't know whether it's actually going to be a dragon because Mr. Yorick said there are no dragons.
Yeah, Yorick said.
That definitely sounded like a dragon to me.
But that's dragon wings. That is definitely dragon wings.
Yeah. And Ryok said there were no dragons.
Correct.
I'm not stopping looking at the shape coming towards us, and as soon as I identify something about it that I can share, I will.
Okay.
Colour, size, approximate, speed.
Yeah.
Well, speed I've roughly worked out that it's going to be with us in 10 minutes, but...
Okay.
I'll very much be keeping an eye as well, as this is kind of, like
Yep, your area of
more of an
expertise.
this is Guston's life up until a year ago.
I'll have had my crossbow out and sort of waiting.
Is Bridges
Find a
still
good
here?
hiding space. Yeah, Bridges is with me, yes.
Okay, cool, good to know. Right. So, the first thing you notice, Celeste, as it comes a little closer, is it's difficult. It seems to be keeping the sunlight reflected off it. So it's very difficult to see any colours. It looks yellow, gold, but that could just be the sunlight reflecting off it. Or it could actually be a gold dragon, or a yellow dragon, or...
Have I heard...
Clear.
I've heard that before, haven't I? Pretty sure we've spoken about it before.
What's that?
The yellow/gold dragon.
You've certainly heard of gold dragons, yeah. You've never heard of a yellow dragon.
Can't tell because of the sun, but it seems gold, perhaps.
Friends, Yorick, you know anything about them?
Never seen a gold dragon.
No, me neither. Don't have none here.
I'm familiar with gold.
Should we
Like I
be
said, it's
worried?
far as I'm aware, gold dragons are, I believe, lawful.
They're,
Good.
I mean, so the stories go, they're meant to be some of the good ones, supposedly. I've never met one myself, but they're supposed to be some of the good ones.
Yeah, I mean your myths tell of metallic dragons that were good, but they are just myths to you. You don't believe they're real.
He didn't believe they were real, right? But then again, Shine waking up was a myth, and Shine has
That's
woken
true.
up. So
Yeah, no, fair enough.
most of what he then believed as myth, he's starting to think there's a bit more fact there than
Okay, no, that makes
perhaps.
perfect sense. Yeah, that's logical.
Friends has gone from Scully to Mulder.
Well, to be fair, he's got empirical proof in front of him, so
That's true. So,
I'm going to descend from the trees, seeing as there's absolutely nothing up here.
yeah.
I could attempt to help us hide, but other than that, I don't know what we can do. Can you really hide from a dragon?
So, the quick lowdown on taking out dragons, right? If we need to, I'm not saying we're going to attack, but I'm just giving you guys some information because it's what we know. Right. Their biggest danger is their mouth, obviously. And they're usually some sort of breath that they could do. So if you can clamp the jaw shut, that's really important. Otherwise, stay away from the mouth. Other than that, flying. It's really quite their advantage, them being able to get above you. So if you can shackle them somehow, get their wings tied in, grab their legs, pin them to the ground, that sort of thing, that's the sort of tactics you need to start thinking about how we can take this thing down if we need to. Okay?
Do we have shackles?
Stop rummaging through back. I don't think I've got anything. I might be able to make something if I've got 10 minutes.
Could you make... We don't know how big this creature is.
I mean, I could just try and talk to it.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Talking is obviously the first thing that we do, but in our line of work, we need to be prepared.
For the jumpy.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, at least if I'm talking to it, it'll be me that gets jumped first, and then you guys will get some warning.
If it lands and it starts talking and then it decides it's attacking, it's probably a breath that's going to come. So that would kind of endanger all of us. Yeah. So we need to spread out.
I would definitely recommend spreading out. Yes.
Who said that?
Hello. You turn around as this woman leans in. Oh yeah, definitely. You should spread out for sure. Hi.
Do we recognise her?
And who might you be?
Oh, just an interested party. So you're going to kill the dragon?
No.
Or talk to
No,
him
we don't want
first?
to kill the dragon. We love dragons.
We like dragons here.
Just don't forget.
Is
Don't forget what it
still
used to be.
is whatever's flying through the air still there?
Make a perception check.
What did you say your name? Oh, sorry, you didn't say what your name was.
No.
What's your name?
Interesting.
Perception. 16.
16. You look around, you don't see anything in the sky.
Friends puts out a big hairy hand. Hi, my name's Ferenz.
Hi, friends. Very nice to meet you. You're... In fact, all of you are really not supposed to be here, are you?
No, we're not.
Interesting.
We got stranded here a little bit.
Yeah. So, she just points at Yorick. You were saying about the whole tactics thing. It was quite interesting. Please continue.
Well, I think I'd finished, actually.
Oh.
I was about to start making something.
Oh, well, don't let me stop you. Please go ahead.
Do I get Dell vibes from this person?
Make an insight check.
I'm looking for the telltale signs of a dragon in mortal form, based on what.
Christ, Natalie.
Yeah.
So,
An actual 20 for 29.
Awesome. Miette, you
I
were
am
about to say
fiddy
something?
fiddy.
Yes, I want to try something very particular.
Okay. Does
It's
it
that-
involve? I'll tell you what. The insight check is not an out loud thing, so you wouldn't necessarily know about that. So,
Yeah.
you get the idea that this person is more than capable of being a dragon, if she so desired.
Friends is basically vibrating at this point.
Okay, so Miette.
So, you know that scene from, I can't remember if it was Shrek 1 or 2, but where Puss in Boots, takes off his hat and does the so
Yeah.
nice. And looks as adorable as possible. I want to get into her line of sight and do that. With performance check if I need to roll for it.
Absolutely roll a performance check.
Yes.
Please be good,
That's
please
the
be
correct
good.
course of action. Use your cat-like nature.
Natural 20 for 31.
Jesus.
The cutest thing that's ever existed.
Okay, so Miette just sort of stands in front of her and just becomes possibly the most adorable thing you have ever seen. And you've all been
Melissa was
travelling with
entirely
Miette for
distracted.
forever, and you've never seen her look like this. And the woman's person thing's attention is totally fixated on Miette. Wow. Aren't you just wonderful? That's adorable. How oh, and you sorry, you're that's yeah. Get the idea she's absolutely speechless.
After confirming my suspicions, I want to double check the sky myself.
Okay, make a perception check. Her attention is totally focused on Miette.
30.
There's a dragon up there. It's yellow.
So we're between a dragon and a dragon place.
So, God damn it, I need someone else to do something.
So, you are fantastical. Tabaxi. And such. What a specimen. How utterly amazing you are. Adaptable to any environment. The ability to think on your feet, the grace, the charm. Truly, truly a wondrous creation. Is anybody else doing anything?
I was going to say low, but not like whispering. So it's just trying to sort of as if I'm like mumbling, but I want Berens to hear it because I'm doing it in Celestial. Just the words poo and dragons.
As you say that in Celestial, she whips her head round to look at you. I'm sorry? You speak Celestial. Interesting.
And Friends responds, yes, we do.
Amazing.
I mean, me and her do.
Oh, right. And surely the most wondrous tabaxi in the world has your gift for languages as well.
Maybe. She hasn't done it before, so...
Well, tabaxi have many secrets. They're so good at secrets.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe.
anyway,
I
you were talking about tactics for the dragon, and you've done that. Have you... And she sort of looks at Yorick.
This
Have
woman...
you made the thing yet?
I'm still just sort of stood there, like hand half on the hilt of my hammer. No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
I have a
Carry on.
question.
Yep.
Is this woman human, elvish, dwarvish? What
Make an
kind of
nature check.
appearance?
Okay, this is really outside the box here.
Good.
I'm wondering, in all my time with the dwarves...
24.
24. Okay.
Sorry.
She appears strange. She's sort of almost like a mix of elvish and human. She's quite tall, but even as your attention shifts between Miette and her, you look back and she's very slightly tabaxi-ish. Ears are slightly more tabaxi than perhaps they were a few minutes ago.
Sorry. Sorry. It's not quite sudden. What did you say your name was again?
Oh, I didn't.
So,
Maybe if you ask very nicely,
I did.
Yorick can tell you how he's going to do the thing.
Yes, indeed.
So my weird random out-of-the-box thing.
Yep.
In all my times travelling with the dwarves,
Yes.
have I picked up the dwarvish word for dragon?
Ooh. Make a straight intelligence roll.
Is it not just Bridges?
Never mind. 6.
Nope. You have no
Oh
idea.
my god, just can roll badly.
Dwarvish is
Sorry.
plainly not your thing. It's a very difficult language to deal with.
I probably know the word for beer and alcohol
Yeah, it's
and drink.
beer. But yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, the thing is, the concept of beer in Dwarvish is so persistent that became the source word
Yeah.
that
It is-
was
yeah.
then learned around the world.
Yeah, absolutely. The root of the word beer is Dwarvish.
But the
Is
dwarves
she-
have about 300 words to describe.
Oh,
the-
absolutely.
the beer.
Is she asking Yorick nicely to show her, or what is she doing?
So yeah, well, while I'm still sort of there, just giving her the eye,
She's like,
should I be worried?
about the dragon? Well,
Or you?
me?
She is
Oh, absolutely.
likely to be able to turn into a dragon as well.
Well, I could. I don't really want to right at the minute. Because I understand that you're going to shackle it? If you make
And the
something?
dragon that's heading towards us is not gold. It's yellow.
Is it? That's interesting.
So,
So,
I've never seen or heard of a yellow dragon.
you talk a lot. That's interesting. The tall, furry fellow.
sorry, this is going to be my third time of asking. So, what is your name?
Oh,
Please?
we don't need to worry about names. Mr. Yorick, was it? Could you... I'm terribly sorry to be rude, but what is it exactly that you were going to make? And how are you going to make it? I'm intrigued.
Before Yorick answers,
Yep.
I'm going to put a paw very gently on his hand, just to stall him. And presuming I'm still captivating her attention.
Yeah. I mean, she's looking at others, but her attention
Yeah.
does drift back to you.
Perhaps we could trade the knowledge of what Yorick is doing for your name.
Oh, well, I suppose we could. It doesn't really
Gonna
Perhaps
whisper
I could teach
something.
you a secret as well.
matter.
I'm gonna whisper something under my breath.
Uh-huh.
Nelisar?
She catches it, looks at you. Says, so my name. And she's looking directly at Miette rather than Yorick or anyone else. My name is Scenario. I am,
Oh boy, okay.
how could you say, a custodian of here and others places. So, therefore, what was it you were going to make? I'm totally. And how will you make it? How will you craft it? Will you will it into being? Will it be will you use tools?
Now that rings a big freaking gong for me, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, you've heard a scenario. For sure. Don't think anybody else has.
Nope.
I think I've mentioned her before.
We have. Her name is mentioned in the book.
Is it?
And I've spoken about her.
She's actually mentioned in the book as the mother.
Probably not for ends, but everybody else would have heard at least a little bit of something.
You're the mother.
I remember that.
Melissa's kind of like just immediately got into I have to be as respectful as fucking possible mode.
Oh.
Miss Zenario, I am very pleased to meet you. If you don't mind, I'm going to go and prepare it, and I'm going to meet our dragon friend, because I like dragons, and I'm really quite excited to meet a yellow one. I haven't seen a yellow one before.
She could possibly be friendly. Good luck.
Well,
Lorenz, can you stop? These things can be very dangerous. Be careful.
Yarick, she isn't just a dragon.
Oh, I'm not a dragon. I could be.
Name is Zenart. You're the mother of the gods?
Well, technically, I'm the mother of everything.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But, I mean, well, they're not really gods, they're more children. You know, they
Does that
play...
mean you're our mother as well?
Well, I suppose because you are creatures of nature, then I guess. Although, you're slightly different, aren't you? You're Riox's toys. But you're not supposed to be out of your box yet. I must have a word with him, get him to put his toys away. So, anyway.
I spoke to him recently. Demeanor changed since Melissa has reminded us.
Right.
I spoke to Riox not so long ago.
Did you? That's interesting. I must find out why he's not collected you yet.
We're not meant to be here.
Well, I suspect that's why she's here. And she points up at the dragon.
Is she a danger to us?
Oh, absolutely. She's very dangerous.
Can you help us?
As am I.
Yeah, I was picking that up.
Okay. So,
I'm hoping that your daughter Remora says it's not our time yet.
Ah, Remora. Yeah, Remora. She's, yes, possibly our favourite. Bless her. She's, well, maybe not favourite, but certainly up on the list. Certainly. You shouldn't play favourites, really.
Somehow parents always do.
They do? Interesting.
Oh yeah, they definitely do.
Well, I'm sure you would have been favourites of all of your parents, especially you. She looks back at me yet again.
Give it a
Start
side
pouring
eye
at her.
comment.
Yeah. Melissa's very much the same.
So, anyway, the making of the thing. She seems to be kind of fixated on what you were trying to make. What is it you were going to make, and how are you going to make it? Are you a tool wielder? I know Riox likes to bang things with hammers. He's such a noisy boy.
Well, since you were kind enough to take an interest, yeah, I do wield tools, but I also have some magic, and I can use a spell to make something
Oh,
that I need.
I see.
I was going to make a sort of a bowler that you can throw, a big weighted thing connected so you can throw it, and it tangles legs of things.
I mean, that sounds dangerous.
be
But-
used as a last resort, I'm sure.
Yeah, I was only going to use it if I thought we were in danger.
No, listen. Nature is violent. I get that. And you, as a toy of Ryok's, have probably inherited his love of making things and being impulsive and what's the other word he uses? Slightly chaotic.
We're not toys of Yorks. It's a
No, well,
partnership.
you're more of a what's the word? You're one of those like a nymph. No, not nymph. Dryads. Yes, you're a dryad. That's fine. You're fine. You're
What?
fine. You're just a dryad, as is this one, which points at Celeste. So dryads are lovely. I like the fact that you revere the trees and the calls of nature and the just the general interconnectedness of everything. You're very, very pretty. Well done.
You don't know me at all.
Well, not individually, no, but the general overview is how I decided it to be. Are you saying that you don't like trees? Is this
I'm
a
not
thing?
a tree hugger, no.
See, she sort of grows a little taller. Don't like trees. She sort of reaches back to touch the nearest tree. The nearest tree is about 10 feet behind her, but somehow she's touching it.
I'm
I'm sure
indifferent to trees.
they won't get too offended as long as you apologise.
I'm not going to apologise to a tree.
Oh,
We would suggest that you
Parador.
apologise to the plants.
oh dear.
Trellador, I would suggest that you show a bit more respect to the mother of almost everything in the world we live in.
Yes, but she's being quite rude, isn't she? But I'll let you do the talking, and I'll just take a step back, hold my hands up.
I
Not apologising
apologise.
to the tree.
I apologise on his behalf.
Oh, no need. I'm sure your views on trees are not the same.
Nature's wonderful.
Back to Miette. These
Nature can be cruel,
dryads
but it can also
that
be.
you have. Do you? That one's very angry, isn't it? Yes.
It's his greatest charm.
I think perhaps her tree got damaged in some way, perhaps. So perhaps an animal knocked it over or something when she was young. Perhaps that's the thing. It happens.
Maybe a dragon knocked it over.
Well, there is only one dragon currently. But we could ask her.
If we are from very far in the future, many things could have happened by then.
You are?
Is Bridger still here?
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Not sure if she's noticed Idris yet. Nope.
Too enchanted by this fancy.
Yep.
There are 2 dragons here.
There are? Where?
And I'll point at Bridger's.
Oh, but that's just a baby. That's not a proper
My
dragon
baby.
yet. Yes. Well, perhaps not. That's not generally how that works, but okay. If you think that's a thing.
Well, he did have her eggs himself.
Did he? Oh, that's very commendable. Well done for looking after nature as lost and forgotten.
She's my baby and I love her.
That's very excellent. I will tell Riox he's done very well in creating you.
Oh, thank you.
Now,
I like you.
oh, why, thank you. I like you too. So, and at this point, the yellow dragon has landed near to you, friends. Takes one look at you and shimmers and changes into a tall, elegant, sort of not really human, not really elf-like, but tall. She's about 6.5, 7 feet tall, nearly as tall as you, friends, and just swept back yellow hair, pale yellow skin, eyes that are yellow irises with a black slit for a pupil.
Friends is very sort of excited, and he's just like, "Oh, well, wow, hello, my name's Friends. It's very nice to meet you." And this will all be in Draconic.
She says nothing, just looks at you for a bit. Right. Come with me, please. Let's rejoin your companions. She says it in Draconic for you. Come back to your companions. She walks slowly and deliberately into the clearing where you are. Tenariel. And Tenariel nods. Gorilla, nice to see you again. Or is it the first time? I can never remember. You get so confusing. The being known as Gorillas. Well, I think it's the 4th, 5th, maybe something like that time. So, castaways through time. Fantastic. Was it translocation, wizard, or some sort of artifact?
Well of many worlds.
Well of many worlds. She reaches into her robe. Right. Yes. Okay. Fine. So, you're not supposed to be here.
No.
Where's the well, please?
Our friend decided to take it and jump through without telling us, and he took it with him.
Effectively stranding you here. Perfect.
Yes.
Have you any other means of transposing yourself through time?
Nope.
No.
I had an idea, and I feel like it was stupid now.
Well, do expand.
So, our friend's dragon, she hops away to her lair. Now, from everything that we've been told and we've learned so far, she goes back to the same specific point that's her lair every time she pops away. So I thought if I could use my magic to create a bond with her and then potentially strengthen that bond with some more of the planar magic that I can do, I might be able to drag us through with her when she goes.
I would have liked to have seen that. I'm not sure it would work, but it would certainly be entertaining. So, I would advise, if you want to be the shape and consistency that you are, you don't try that. Especially not here. But I understand your reasoning. I think there was a small flaw in the amount of time that you would have to travel. You would probably end up as dust. Probably. See, the well, when you jump through it, protects you from the ravages of time and or planar travel, so therefore you do not suffer any of the effects of those two things. Otherwise, you'd just be paced the first time you tried it.
I see.
Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on a moment. You, she points at Celeste. What was it for you? Did you bring the well to them?
Not that I'm aware of.
Right, because you're not as far away as they are.
No.
Right, okay. So how did you get to them, or here, or where? How did you end
A,
up?
a witch's portal.
Right. Fine.
But
So
if I
irresponsible.
may,
Hmm.
I'd like to stay with them.
Well, I'm not at all sure that's wise or indeed.
She was being abused by someone who was traveling through time himself.
Another one? Fantastic. My days
But
are
he's
He's
been
spent.
not
taken
here.
care of.
We
He's
killed
been
him
taken
and
care of.
dealt
We
with him.
didn't. He's been taken care of.
So you killed him but didn't kill him, but you took care of him. Right.
No, he's not been killed.
He's not been
His
killed.
phylactery is in a safe place.
He probably wishes he was dead.
Ah, a lich. Fantastic. So, question remains, what are we going to do about the two different timelines that we have interrupted?
I'm gonna start pouring at her. I'm
Yes.
doing the whole cat thing of, rubbing against her if I can get away with it.
You can certainly try. You make a performance check. I'll say this is an incredibly high DC.
From natural 20 to natural 1.
She just sort of looks at you.
Doesn't work on the dragon.
Dear, please stop. I'm sure you're lovely, but I really don't want fur on my scales. Thank you. Anyway, and Zelario sort of looks across and goes, but don't you like it? Okay, whatever.
They are particularly lovely, by the way. I do like your scales.
Yes, thank you. Moving swiftly on. You... Oh, this is too intensely difficult for words. Essentially, you should not be here. I am bound by the laws of creation, and she looks across at Scenario, to attempt to put you back where you should be, in the timelines that you should be in. Now, usually when I do this, you forget the encounter that you've had with me, and yes. And you will carry on with your life as if this episode had not happened. You will recall going into the well and then coming out here and everything up until, and she looks across at Scenario, just before Scenario and I arrived. So, unless anybody has any strenuous objections.
We were not in a safe location when we used the well.
Generally, people aren't when they use the well, but unfortunately, that is not a problem for me. That is a you problem. So, we will switch back to Florian. So, Florian, after sort of sitting around doing literally nothing for a couple of hours.
Short rest?
Yeah, absolutely. Key points coming back.
I got them on the last one, but I need hit points. Just in case.
Fair enough.
One of them... Where's my other one gone?
Well, surely you got more than 2 hit points.
Okay, cool. So, not quite full, but good now. Cool. Yeah, short rest. Yeah.
Okay. So, after a short rest, the demon lord Helloran roared, takes one of his claws and just sort of tears open his chest again, pulls out the well, throws it on the floor. It would appear that we can leave. Ready, pet?
Ready?
Roll a d8 for me as you jump in.
I didn't know this guy was Geordie.
Why are you, man? I'm ready. No way,
Hey,
I'm
ready then?
Right?
Yeah, and obviously on the way through, I will instinctively try and grab a corner. No,
Ooh,
I know that
interesting.
they will probably as well.
Okay. 4. Interesting. So, you tumble through that by now very familiar darkness of the well, grabbing onto the corner of it, pulling it after you. And the pair of you land in what appears to be a cellar. There are barrels, crates of bottles. Smells like a pub. Interesting.
Look familiar?
I don't think so. It's a cellar of a pub. I don't think you've ever been to.
I can't remember if we've been in any cellars of the pubs before we started up again. So
I
it's more
don't
of a.
believe so.
No.
It's not generally a thing. You can vaguely hear noise from upstairs.
Mhm.
And actually, make a perception check.
Okay. 14? Yeah, 14.
Yeah. There's definitely noise from upstairs. There's sort of hubbub of people. You can make out it sounds like common. So it's not. There might be some Elvish as well. Smattering of. No. Yeah, mainly common. Just a little bit of Elvish, not too much. It's definitely a pub, and you can hear a door open at the top of the stairs. Someone is looking to come into the cellar. You look across at your companion, who appears to be a human, just a little bit taller than you, heavy set, long dark hair, sort of down to sort of mid back level. It's loose about him. Leather jerkin, leather trousers, pointed boots, large claw-handled sword by his side. Looks at you as he draws his sword slowly. And that's where we'll end tonight. Oh, quickly before we go, roll a d4, please. D8, please.
A D8.
Yeah.
Everyone find their ears.
Okay, now 4 again.
4. So we've got another 4 hours on the well. So, that was this evening. That was interesting.
Well, it was.
So, yeah, that was really good fun. Thank you, players, for playing. It was a bit of an odd, sort of lopsided party split, which is, these things happen. Yeah, and I rolled many different times to see if anybody would turn up, and you got both of them. So, yeah, interesting. And well done
it
for
was
full on
interesting.
Miette being proper cat.
Yeah.
Both
It's interesting
times.
talking to Zenaria when she wasn't in a I'm getting revenge and killing everyone kind of mood.
Might be that because she hasn't been locked up for a while.
She's not quite murdery yet.
Not yet.
She
But
got locked up by imposter gods.
she did.
Potentially may have not been locked up yet.
I was going to say,
Well, yeah,
no,
this seems to be the genesis of
she
creation that we're
hasn't.
at
She
now.
hasn't been locked up yet, so she didn't get locked up by gods, but she will be.
Yeah.
We survived that.
way-
Home.
way-
We can survive the creation of time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, we might. Granador won't if he keeps mouthing off at her.
She's being rude.
No, she won't. Granador being a cock.
She's being up herself, and you know.
Sounds like she's being you.
Up herself.
She's being you mean?
Granador
No.
see over a
Oh,
tree.
dear.
Still,
No,
I didn't
I love
apologise to
the-
her, so I won.
I love the one of the few times that Melissa and Felidor agree on something being that parents definitely have favourites.
Who's got the lovely job of the recap? Yorick, I believe.
Yorick had best written that down.
Yeah, write that down.
I think there
Yorick.
should be 2 recaps.
I
it's
think,
really
yeah,
stupid.
we're going to have to do a Yorick recap and a Florian recap for next week, please. Because,
Okay.
because
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
Yorick doesn't know anything what went on. Well,
no, exactly. So we'll do a split when we first come back in. We'll do 2 recaps to find out what's going on. So
Yeah.
be interesting to hear Florian's reasoning for everything that's happened.
No. That I objected to the whole move of jumping through the well by himself. But it's like it's the best possible in-game revenge. Just like take the well by yourself. Have weekly updates for the rest of the party.
Yeah, that's the best punishment, is it?
We'll call that.
that by the way was in no way part of the reasoning for me doing it. It was character.
No, well, I absolutely
Following it.
understand.
I'm just messing.
It was, yeah, it's the choices that we make when we play D&D shape what happens in the game, and that's what D&D's about. We're collaboratively telling a story, and if you want to go off and do insane things and make pacts with demons, I'm absolutely here for it.
That wasn't my plan.
Yeah, but it was a good plan. I like it.
How we were believed to have been told what the well does, and that nothing happening. I just thought maybe if one person jumped through,
However,
it might work.
I do love the absolute irony of Florian being one of the biggest people to criticise Melissa's pact with a devil, and then goes and makes one himself.
No, not a pact, an accord.
No.
He's just a bloody hypocrite all the way through
Thank
that.
you are a demon's pet.
It started as a relationship for
minion.
Melissa.
Yep.
Started with a kid. Never thought it would come to this.
So yeah, again, thank you all very much for playing along with my insanity. It's a condition, I know.
Necessary one as a DM.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, two last week we left off for next week, and I'll open the floor up to conspiracy ears, beards, whatever other appendages you wish to go with. Who would like to start? He says, taking a step back. Miet.
I'll go. Why not?
No, Miet had her hand up
go
first.
Miet.
Yeah, I did have a pawn there. Yeah, no, it's from the way the demon was talking. Balo's absolutely an ex. There is personal beef there. That's just not. That wasn't just I know of the other person. That was like, I'm going to gut the bastard.
Okay.
But understandable. But understandable for the people.
I mean, Balos, you couldn't be annoyed at him, surely.
Yeah, couldn't.
No.
Because she swiftly stopped being in favour.
Okay, so anything else, Miet, or is that the one thing you needed to get off your chest?
That was one thing I needed to tell people.
Yeah. Go on then, Florian, off you go.
So, two things. One, not a conspiracy, but two, just to let people know. I would have kept running as much as I could if I could have kept any kind of distance, which I don't think I could have done. But considering that I got the sense that it was a game from this demon and he could have caught up with me many moons ago, that's why I decided to stop. And using his little knowledge on demons from obviously the temple, Melissa, books and everything, I thought was the best choice of action. But conspiracy-wise, I would love to know why this demon has it in for Fiona. He seemed visibly and audibly quite annoyed that it was Fiona and has wanted to kill her for a long time.
Technically, demons absolutely hate devils. They're both chaos. They're both evil, but demons are chaotic. Devils are lawful. Devils follow rules. Demons do not. Demons love chaos, destruction, killing, violence, wherever they can. And devils, they will kill on sight. And the other way around. This goes for devils will try and kill demons. Fiona is a prince of hell, so well known to demon kind. And you've stumbled upon a demon lord. So yeah, it may well be the other way around. Fiona may well have heard of him.
Yeah.
Watch the sparks fly.
Well, yeah, watch the blood and everything else fly, to be honest.
The thing is, with the demon, he's not going to care what he tramples underfoot on his way to Fiona.
Yeah, that's what Florian's for, is, keeping shit out of his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bromance for the ages.
Yeah. And just to 100% say, I have not replaced Trellador. This is a means to an end. Trellador is still, at the moment, my one and only.
This is a marriage of
Down boy.
convenience, is it?
Sit.
Trellador's clearly just jealous that this demon is going to train Florian better than he can.
He can't train Florian.
Exactly. See, you've already given up.
Give him a little bit of rope.
So, unless there's anything else, Florian, somebody else want to go?
Vale, why are you hiding at the beginning of time? I mean, it's a good way to get away from your sister, but feels incredibly dangerous based on the two people we've just met.
But
almost like she's veiled.
That was good.
What, she's formed a valley? What?
Well, technically, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, she went through the well and told you not to follow, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
She also took some magic items to do it as well.
Yeah.
Because I gave her a ring, totally not, the word has escaped me, but like alluding to anything kind of thing.
No, totally not. But yeah, so it may have been an accident. Again, you still don't know how the world really works.
No.
Your characters don't.
On top of that,
or she may have planned it somehow.
I really fucking should have seen scenario coming.
Yes, that was quite. I absolutely thought that you all had fallen in on that one.
When Vale said that she, or maybe even she, would find us, and I knew it wasn't Fiona, my immediately went was, okay, a mash? A Ra? No, it doesn't feel right.
I was looking at Melisar or possibly Borodor.
Well, when we were talking to Scenario, I'd mentioned Nelisar's name because I thought this person's very inquisitive. She wants to know everything she can about Yorick. So
Yeah, because I thought that the god of knowledge.
yeah,
That's why I was trying to get her to trade her name for knowledge, to see if that could make her show her hand, since she wasn't giving us her name.
But yeah,
Yes, we'll never be that cute again.
some of your faces when Scenario revealed her name were lovely. Thank you. Well done.
so Melissa recognised it from the book and was like, "Ah, shit, be responsible. Mother of all mothers is here. We should."
Indeed.
I noticed a tangent I had a different D&D game in which we fucked up the timeline by resurrecting a couple of thousand people. And we were back in the main city where the person in charge was giving out to us because resurrection was a big no. And one of the characters got really pissed off and burst out loud, "Mother God." And she proceeded to float through the wall and go, "Yes, how can I help you?" Because when her son ascended to godhood, he bestowed his mother with a couple of extra bonus powers. And she just like hanging around the city scaring people.
Nice. Yeah, good. I like that idea. It's good. Thank you. Expect floaty god mothers soon. TM. Anybody else got anything? No? Okay. Well, again, that's an interesting noise, Mark. Again, thank you all for playing this evening. It's been wonderfully good fun. I look forward again to next week. Are we back on Sunday, Fiddy?
I think everyone's here, so yes.
Okay, so Sunday we'll be back here with our Monasteries of Mayhem, episode 10. I think we're on Sunday, if I've counted rightly. And of course we'll be back here again on Tuesday for the continuation of whatever this is going to turn out to be. So, yeah, it just remains for us to say, if you enjoyed yourself, thank you very much. You're wonderful. We love you. You're great. If you didn't, however, well, what's wrong with you? Seriously. And B, well,